Since Liv Morgan's return to the WWE, the entire universe has been captivated as to whether or not she had a dark side to her new persona. Now, we haven't really seen that dark side expressed yet, although we've heard her say that she is the living embodiment of karma. We have heard her talk about collecting karmic debts, and we've seen her anger in backstage interviews, even following last night's Monday Night Raw, where Sarah Logan turned on Liv. She hit the wall as she walked away, almost like the anger was boiling up inside of her. Well, today, we may have got our first hint that there is a dark side to Liv Morgan in the form of a tweet. Now, we have proved on the channel before that Liv's previous cryptic tweets meant something. Well, the tweet actually consisted of one picture. Very interesting, because there's a lot of text we'll read in a minute, but look at the picture on the side. It is a woman in like a cocoon. Of course, the text reading, nobody ever talks about this part. You know, the part where you're no longer a caterpillar and not yet a butterfly. You don't know who you are, and you don't know where you're going. All you know is that every fibre of your being is calling for transformation, for disruption, for a revolution of the spirit. So surrender, break down. This is not the death of you. This is the dying of who you once were. This is your rebirth, darling. And these are called growing pains. Now, could it be that the transformation that Liv's talking about, is she referencing herself here within this cocoon? Right now, she's pretty much the same old Liv Morgan, maybe with a bit edgier, darker character. But is she in the cocoon? Is she ready to break out this brand new persona on WWE TV? Well, last night on Raw, we witnessed Sarah Logan, as I mentioned, turn on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan stood up for Sarah Logan. Sarah was arguing with Ruby. It looked like Ruby and Sarah were about to fight. Liv Morgan ran in and kicked Ruby Riott to defend Sarah Logan before Sarah Logan laid out Liv. Now, Sarah didn't side with Ruby Riott. She didn't side with anyone. She was simply showing there are no friends in the Elimination Chamber. But there could have been. They could have fought till the final two. They could have worked together and one of them go on to WrestleMania. But instead, Sarah Logan is out for herself. And in doing so, she's turned her back on her friend, Liv Morgan. Now, I like this. I kind of think that is the story with this new Liv Morgan. I mean, you think about what we've seen in the past. Lana got married to Lashley. She turned her back on Liv Morgan. Now, WWE fans didn't really like the story, and WWE did kind of try and get away from it as soon as possible. They couldn't just end it and play out a different thing. They had to let it play out, which they did, and they moved away fast. Straight into another storyline where Ruby Riott returned and, of course, turned on Liv Morgan. Ruby Riott coming down looking like she was all friendly and nice, and before anyone knew it, she laid Liv Morgan out. And again, another friend of Liv Morgan turned their backs on her. And again, we saw the backstage interviews. We heard her talking about karma. We heard all this stuff. And I do wonder if that's the hint to the dark side of Liv Morgan. Now, of course, as I just mentioned, this week, Sarah Logan did the exact same thing. She turned her back on Liv Morgan. Is all of this rage, is all of this anger, is all of her friends turning on her gonna basically allow Liv Morgan to break out of this cocoon, to reveal the rebirth of Liv Morgan? Well, I honestly think in the Elimination Chamber we could probably see something along those lines. I wouldn't put it past WWE to have Liv Morgan have a really good showing. I think she's going to have a lot of tunnel vision, just like she did in the Royal Rumble when she eliminated Lana. She wasn't focused on anyone else in the match, just Lana. And I think in the Elimination Chamber, I thought she was going to be just tunneling in on Ruby Riott, but instead, she's now going to have one eye on Ruby, one eye on Sarah. But in all the interviews, she's still saying she wants to go to WrestleMania to take the championship from Becky Lynch. Now, I assume one of the Riott squad is going to screw her out of that chance. That's what I assume, to progress the story. I do think we're going to get the big triple threat match at WrestleMania. But I really think this tweet could be interesting. I think Liv saying, look, I can't say much, but here's a little hint. And of course, there is a little bit of reading into everything. That's what a theory involves. But I'd really like to know your thoughts. So go down to the comment section and let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will, as always, see you next time. Peace!